So I think success is more, it's a teamwork. It's not a one-man show. We're a big family. My father, my mother, and two brothers. I'm the youngest one by 10 years younger from the cadet, and my brother Gilles, who's the cadet, and James, eldest, 11 years older than me. 2006, I moved to Sydney. I was 16 years old, and I left Mauritius to go to Sydney, and my brother James was my guardian. Good experience, but once we were in Sydney, at this age, you realized that life is not very simple. Going back through that period, I'm very thankful. Missing those part of my life in Mauritius with my friends who I've made throughout my life, and going to Sydney gave me an opportunity for a better career and professionalism. I think who made me who I am now. Finished my studies in Sydney. I went to England for a few months. Met a girl, moved to England, and it didn't work out, so I came back to Mauritius. Didn't want to go anywhere else. I studied in hospitality management, so first years of studies. My career started in Sydney in a restaurant. I was working as a stewarding, so cleaning all the dishes. And I remember one day there was only two of us, so the head chef and I. So he gave me 3 big bags of potatoes, 3 big bags of carrots, 3 big bags of onions to peel and cut. That took me 7 hours, and it made me question about, is it really what I want to do? Because even if I get to a level, is this a job that I want to give to someone for the future? At this age, you don't really ask questions. You want to make easy money. I started working in Paradis for a year as a management trainee. I remember working in the kitchen as well, had a back problem. I couldn't work for a month. And I was still questioning my career path about, is this really what I want to do? No Christmas, no New Year's, no Easter. For your birthday, you're not at home working all odd hours. You miss all family events in the hotel industry. But this is a choice that we make. So is this the career path you want to do? As I studied for 3 years in the hospitality industry, and then decide once I'm in the hospitality industry, if I want to carry on. This was the age when I started young that you say, yeah, I can still change. I think at any point of time you can change your career path. So then I started working at Club Med in the restaurant. As I had back problems, I couldn't work in the kitchen anymore. Club Med, I was assistant restaurant manager. Started not low, but through my studies, it allowed me to become assistant, but not much experience. I worked there for a year. That was very challenging because Club Med is a different concept. It's something else. Moving from Club Med, I moved to a chemical company. I started as assistant storekeeper. So every time been changing. Every time it's been a year, I learn my experience, I change field. I get the experience and I change field. So I wanted something more settled. We are starting to work as assistant storekeeper, the big chemical factory. coming to that, after these 2.5 years, became salesman for a very short period of time, where I was constantly on the street, meeting people, hotel people. We spoke the same language, also bringing from my experience, proposing the customer what he would like. From then on, very short period of time as a salesman, I left Mauritius not to start a business, but to bring this chemical factory or business in a different region in the Seychelles. Very, very, very challenging task, because it's a new business. But altogether, I think this experience, which I'm trying to share, is not as easy as you think starting a business. There's a lot of time, a lot of process, a lot of trust building. You work today, I see at Ducorp that we have a solid team with good networking. So I think this side is the hardest part to build, the people that you can work with and trust. I feel stepping toward the truth is not changing fields, but being satisfied with what you're doing. So today you ask me, I'm satisfied with what I'm doing. It's as long as people behind me is accompanying me for this satisfaction. When I look at you, it's like you want this to succeed, and you will do your best for it to succeed. And it's giving me motivation. So when I see you, it's like, yeah, I want this to I think it's a step toward the truth of for the future. So I think success is more, it's a teamwork. It's not a one-man show.